sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I want to say a very big shout out to every one of you for all the support you all give me here on my backup channel. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. So today we'll be really talking something very vital, and it's about Asian woman really spilling the real fact to Black people. And this is the question they asked that made her, speak all the truth, like spilling tea to Black people. They asked her, why isn't there any Chinese food or Asian stores in white neighborhood? Can you touch on that, course? That would give a lot of clarity. You know what? She actually went all out. You all know her. Each time I see her, I know she's up to. She's up to lecturing and all that. Stay good to the screen. Let me roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. Let me know what you all think. And straight up, let me roll the.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in Black communities, even though Black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. And as I've said before, as a result of this, Black wealth is essentially paid out twice when it goes to Asian American businesses. Once when the individual pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian American business owner removes the profit from the community. Because usually people open businesses in their own communities, and this is mutually beneficial, where the business owner is making a livelihood off of providing goods and services to their community. And by being a member of the community, they're contributing and they're investing back into the community. This is an ideal situation, and that is not what happens with Asian American businesses operating in Black communities.
It's really amazing how, all they keep doing is always looking for a way to, we don't want them to prosper. We don't want to see them prosper. We don't want them excelling. We always look for a way to, take away from them. I mean, they are not supposed to, be successful. They do not want Asian stores in their own community. They decided to push it to Black communities so that whatever Black people are like I heard Black community, their money don't stay in their community. It goes away to other communities because Asians are in their community, right? Having so many stores up and down, and each money they make, they put it back in Asian community. And like I keep saying, please, let's support our own. Kindly always support Black stores. Support them in whatever they are doing. If you see them selling, please kindly support them. Because almost all the system was not built for Black people. It was built to make them suffer. The system was built to, make their life miserable. And I don't see how can people always wake up and all they want to do is each time they wake up, they want to ask, what are we going to do to frustrate them? It's really crazy. Step into the screen. Let me roll the stitches and we'll come back to talk about it. So here we go.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
Yep, and what she's saying is exactly true. Guess how long the Black dollar stays in our community? 30 minutes. It's true. It goes out to the Asians, it goes out to the Arabs, it goes out to the whites, the doctors, the lawyers, and it never stays in our community. And, what she's saying is exactly right. The whites do not want the Asians setting up shop in their communities, so they pay them and give them loans that they won't give to Black people to set up in the Black community. Okay? So not only do they take away and not give to African Americans after this whole slavery thing, right? But they give to other communities to rape us again. So no one on my page should ever say Black people do not uplift themselves when there's a whole system, a systemic racism set up for failure of African Americans.
Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods.
What up, TikTok? So, 3-minute warning. Y'all know I don't like making them long unless I got to. So, go back and look at what she's talking about, right? Her saying that makes everything else make sense. Ever since we've been accepted into this country, anyone who is or has any tint to their complexion was always ostracized in this country, right? But nobody more than us, we already know the history of that, right? So all these years, every time we fight for something, they rebrand it and use it against us in another way, right? So we take it all the way up to 1965. We fight for civil rights, but we don't really fight for. We fighting for civil rights for black people, but it got worded so that it'll be for everyone, which isn't a problem. But then they use that to punish us too. So now you look at the hood, look at where we at. I'll take St. Louis where I live. And in the city, there is a tremendous amount of Asian restaurants, right? Nobody make Chinese food like people in St. Louis make Chinese food. Nobody. But there's also a bunch of Pakistani restaurants, or they have more like grocery stores, a little convenience stores, so Hindu people, Pakistani people, everybody got something that got stake in the hood, black people. And what she said just made it make sense. Everyone can get a loan to get something in our neighborhood, but once you try to get past those city limits out to the other neighborhoods, it's where it get real iffy. That's why you never see them out there. So they basically won't let us do it and then use the immigrants against us and cause a big issue, which we don't really even have issue because we wound up being cool with them. But we also kind of pissed because we're like, we want to do that and they won't let us. So it starts to come out. Like you start to see the BS that they play. They do it the same way when it comes to buying like hood homes and all these other things. Won't let us get it, but they'll let everybody else come in and move in and do it. Now you take every movement since then. You take the feminist movement. We ain't really have our issues in the black community, but they brought our black women in and we got a lot more issues in the community. Same thing with this patriarchy thing. They're using everything against us and each generation keep falling for it. We would have had way more than what we have if they wouldn't have kept burning our shit down. But they still using everybody against us.
Because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress black people.
Now, let's be honest, but I'm also going to acknowledge my privilege in all of this. We're in 2023, right? The last time I had braids in my hair was in 2018, and this photo was in Vietnam. And the time before that, it was this right here. I was in Haiti. Now, this photo is from like 2014. And can you imagine how long my hair was in 2016, right? Right after I came back from Haiti, I cut all my hair off. My hair was waist length. Yeah, I be coming on TikTok with a bonnet on, and we are still in winter, so I'll be having my hair covered. But 99.9% of the time, a version of one of these is what I am every single day. I commend the Asian woman's transparency and honesty. But as black people, we knew this information already. So the one question that I have, even though I already know the answer, with asking her this and her answering the way she answered, even though we already knew this, what do you guys plan to do with that set of information? Especially with the situation that's going on in Pennsylvania, right? With the black man who opened the beauty supply store himself to sell products to his community, and now is being told by the wholesaler that I cannot sell to you because the Asian beauty supply stores around you has teamed up and said they're not going to purchase from me. Now, I acknowledge that I don't wear a weave. I do. And that I use this to wash my hair. However, I do use black-owned products as leave-in conditioners, deep conditioners. Asian beauty supply stores are not the only place that you can buy black-owned hair products or black hair products, period, right? Walmart and Targets, these conglomerates are actually putting small businesses in a situation where they're going out of business. However, are they stopping the ability for a black business to get these products so they can sell to their community if we want to just walk into that business? No, right? But you have Asians who have bought our products in bulk, right? And have, imported products from China or wherever else, like our combs and the barrettes and the things that we use in our hair, so they can sell it to us, right? Which is also stopping black people from selling to us. Like, what are we going to do with that? What are we planning to do with that? Now, I acknowledge that I don't wear a weave. I do. I'm not even relaxed, right? I acknowledge that. But we have to also acknowledge that we are the ones that can stop this shit from happening. But we would choose our aesthetics before our community.
Man, the whole thing is just like, the system is just so messed up. I am not gonna lie to you. And all I can say is, please support your own business. I mean, let's support ourselves, because that is the best way we can, uplift one another. And it's just a whole mess. Thank you all so much for all the support, and I absolutely want to read all you got to say. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.